We have 14 days without a recordable injury. And this week's safety focus of the week is going to be hazard communication, 29 CFR 1910-1200. Hazard communication standard. Workers have the right to know. Workers have the right to understand. Workers have the right to know information about chemicals they will be working with or may be exposed to. Safety data sheets. SDS sheets are located on the ECI app. ECI hazard communication program can be found on Teams, as well as in our safety program manual. Master binders of the SDS sheets are located here in the Health and Safety Department. And always please feel welcome to call Health and Safety with any questions or needing a copy on the job site. We can email those immediately. 16 sections you will find in the safety data sheets. 1 through 16, we start out with identification of substance or mixtures of the supplier. 2 is hazards identification. 3 is composition information, ingredients, substances, mixtures. And 4, you'll find first aid measures. 5, you'll find fighting measures. 6 is accidental release and measure. 7 is handling and storage. 8 is exposure controls and personal protection. And 9 is the physical and chemical properties. 10 is stability and reactive. And the toxology is for number 11. And 12 is the ecological information is not mandatory. And then they have disposed for 13 for considerations. 14, transport information could be very important for us. And then 15 is regulatory information. And then last but not least is 16, other information included and prepared for the revisions of any SDS sheets. We do have our portal online for SDS sheets online, and they update anytime that the SDS sheet will change. I wanted to pull something out of the SDS sheet and do the numerical rating. It's pretty interesting. So we have here is the color code from the white, blue, red, and the yellow, which we've seen on some of the new labeling, indicates the severity of a hazard. So 0 indicates no or minimal hazard, and 4 indicates the most severe hazard we could possibly have. And here in the explanation, it gives the blue, and 4 is deadly for the blue section, and then the most high for higher fire hazards for the red is the 4, and that is below 73 degrees. You know, just pinpointing different things on the numerical rating. That's all I have. If anyone has any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out.
Good morning, Alberta. Can you hear me?
Good morning, Ken.
Okay. Very good on that presentation. It's important stuff, believe it or not. I understand it's one of the most highly cited OSHA standards from as far as violations go. And I think partly because if they can't find anything else, they can usually dig deep enough and find something wrong with the hazard communication protocol.
Correct. And it's one of our annual topics we have to cover each year. So we just have to do a refresher.
Got it. Okay. So I'm going to take over and bring up my screen, right? Let's see.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. That's not it. That's last week. Thought I opened it already. Try it again. Here we go. And I'll open in the browser and we'll be good to go here in a moment. Here we are. You see it okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. So for announcements this week, we just want to remind everyone that we have transfer tank logs, fuel logs, and equipment hour logs, and they're required to be submitted weekly. So see Scott Burns if you have if you need some blank forms, and deposit the completed forms in the new Dropbox by his office. So stay tuned for digital versions, which will be submitted through Teams and Foundation software. So as a reminder, for our 401k, we recommend a periodic review of your 401k retirement account, whether you are close to or a long ways from retirement. And our Morgan Stanley representatives are available by appointment. So you don't have to wait until they come here to ECI for a regular, open appointment. You can call and make an appointment. So we also recommend that you get set up for online monitoring of your account, which Morgan Stanley can help you do. So I do it that way myself, and I can keep track of things. So there's more information here on this link with contact information. So if you need that link and you can't get to it, just call the office and we'll get you the contact information for the Morgan Stanley people like Pam Driver, who many of you have met with before. So moving on to the COVID-19 policies, these are the same ones. I don't think there's been changes in quite a while. And then for project of the week, we are profiling the St. Lawrence and Atlantic Railroad, their 2020 Capital Bridge project, and that is located, those projects, several bridges are located in northern Vermont and New Hampshire along the SLR, they call it. This map shows the locations. This is actually Norton Pond. The border is right up near the top of this photo. So I'm assuming a lot of people have been up through. It's a great snowmobiling territory up through here. Island Pond or Brighton is right here. So there's another bridge on the north side of that area. And then there's a couple down here in Stratford, New Hampshire, which is just over the border. See Bloomfield's here. So this is that stretch along the river in the New Hampshire side of the rivers where these other two bridges are located. So our work takes place at a bridge in Norton, one in Brighton, and two bridges in Stratford. The Norton Bridge required jacking and replacement of a bridge bearing, in addition to approach gauging and surfacing. The through girder bridge in Brighton got all new ties and a bearing rehab. Through girder bridges are particularly difficult to perform deck replacements because there is limited room to replace the ties. That does look like a challenge. You're getting those ties out. So this bridge is in a section of continuous welded rail. So it also required rail welding and de-stressing. Remember those rails, they're under stress so that they're tight, like tight rubber bands when they have to be released and then re-stressed when they're reinstalled. One New Hampshire bridge was a precast ballast deck bridge, which required complete removal and replacement of the ballast and track, while the other required surfacing and gauging. ECI has done extensive bridge work on the SLR over the past few years. Past projects include complete replacement of bridges in Ferdinand, Vermont, Milan, New Hampshire, Mechanics Falls, Maine, back in 2019 and 18. So this is one of the through girder bridges, and we're doing some tamping and relining here of the rail. There's our switch tamper in action, and this is one of the ballast deck bridges with all the ballast and the track removed. And then from the photo archives, we have another slab bridge reconstruction project, which was a ballast deck back in 2006, somewhere on the Vermont Railway. I can't remember where the location is. I think it's around milepost 63, wherever that is. So that's what I got. I'll turn it back to you, Alberta.